Ken Junkins here in Sarasota, Florida, sheltered in place during this global outbreak of COVID-19.
And Adam Junkins, socially distanced here in Coatesville, Pennsylvania.
This pandemic is bad, but in the early 1600s, our ancestor Robert Junkins experienced far worse when he was in his mid-20s. His town of Break in Scotland was visited by the plague 3 times in 2 years. Robert was my great grandfather. So we figured if he could survive all of that, so could we.
To do that, we decided to start a video series exploring many of the historical and mythical stories of our sturdy ancestors. Of course, we've heard many times of the Scottish prisoners of war that were captured at the Battle of Dunbar in 1650, death marched to Durham and then shipped off to the new colonies across the Atlantic Ocean. But what else has the JFA discovered and reported on?
The JFA, for those of you who might not know or who may have stumbled across this series by accident, is the Junkins Family Association. Founded in 1984 by Alan Junkins, who was searching for his genealogical roots, the association members are Junkins descendants and others who have an interest in the history of Robert Junkins and Sarah Smith and their descendants.
So, since we're Junkins, we thought we would explore some of our history, get to know some of our ancestors, and find answers to interesting questions like, what is this? And this?
And who are these people?
Where is this? And do we really have a farm named after us?
But maybe the first question is, who are we? I guess I'll start. I'm Ken Junkins. I am currently the president of the JFA. My father is Alan, the founder. For all my life, my family has been digging into the past and quite literally poking around graveyards. I can remember my sister and I doing headstone rubbings with my dad, while my mom set up a picnic lunch. There were always portraits of long ago ancestors hanging on our family room walls. I grew up in Ohio, and then later the Philadelphia area. I went to college for theatrical set design, but then settled into a career in IT, programming computers while I raised a family. Now, with 5 sons, 3 grandsons, and multiple step-grandchildren and great-grandchildren, I have returned to my artistic roots. Having retired from IT, I now design and build sets for a theater in Sarasota, Florida. But in my spare time, I still hunt down lost ancestors and maintain the JFA website and the JFA genealogical database.
And I'm Adam Junkins. I'm the archivist for the JFA. Ken is my dad, and Alan is my grandfather. Just like my dad, I grew up with a deep appreciation of my heritage. Visiting Grandpa in Maine was always an adventure of historic proportions. I grew up in the Philadelphia area and went to Westchester University, where I studied graphic design. While at school, I got into the hospitality industry, and once I graduated, I ended up staying in the biz. I worked at a restaurant in Kennett Square called Savannah Bistro for 17 years, where I'm the managing partner and sommelier. I live with my wife, Amber, and 2 sons, Robert, who's 11, and he's named after our ancestor, and Gavin, who's 9.
The Junkins Journals have a lot to explore, a lot of history to cover, a lot of people to meet. Through this series of videos, we will look at burial grounds, the history of York, Maine, the Junkins Garrison, the JFA Historic Marker Project, Scottish Civil War history, life in Scotland and in the early colonies, and the formation of the Junkins Family Association. We'll look back at some of our family reunions too.
And we're sure that you'll come up with some great questions to explore as well. What would you like to know about our ancestors? We'll post these videos on the JFA Facebook page, Instagram, and the JFA website. You can find them at the address shown below.
If you want to give us suggestions, You can write to us at the email address below.
Let us know that you like this video by clicking the like button and leave your suggestions in the comments section. We'll see you again soon.
Inchara. Inchara. I think I got that right. It's supposed to be Scottish Gaelic for goodbye for now.
Inchara.
Inchara.
Inchara. Inchara. Inchara.
Who's that Scottish
Inchara.
guy? Say it. What the?
Yeah, that's what you should do. You should make the noise and like, look around like somebody was saying it behind you.
Inchara.
Goodbye for now.
You can have any idea what that means.